start with vintage cars but with a twist. So this time, while you're writing in, I want you to start thinking about all the Marvel and, sorry, let me do that again. Oops, that's gone wrong. All the Marvel and Art DC cars. So this is a DC Batman car, and I've got another car that I'm going to draw for you in a minute, but I'm also going to treat you with one of my superheroes, but he's not really, doesn't wear a cape and tights with his pants up over his tights. This one is Stanley I'm going to draw for you. So let's block this all in. I'm just going to have some fun doing some coloring in, keeping it very, very simple. And then we're just going to, oops, let me add this in here. And then we're going to add some red because this is the Batmobile from the 1960s. In fact, this car was made when I was born, and you can figure that out for yourselves, how old I am. Google it, do some research. The beauty of this car is that it actually is a old Lincoln Futura, and it was, sorry about this, just get the coloring in to do. If I've got a little gap, it blocks in the whole area, so let me tidy this up a bit. Yes, so the Lincoln Futura was the base, the structure for this car, and after that some poor chap had to, let me try to do this properly, there we go, some poor chap had to literally bang over logs the rest of the frame, which is incredible how they came up with this design. But I'm just coloring it in. I'm not going to spend hours because I do want to get on with the Stan Lee, and this is a very simple design, so I'm just going to do that dark gray again here and here and here. And this is another way of doing art. It's just block colors. It doesn't have to have shading or anything like that. I'm just going to put in a little bit of detail so we know this is, I don't know if you can see that, this curved glass. You know, the Lincoln Futura frame for this car was bought for $1, and it was a bit of a disaster when they were filming. It kept breaking down, and it wasn't a great car, but what a wonderful machine this is. And of course it has that rear rocket thruster at the back, which the next car that I'm going to draw for you also has. Sorry, let me do that by hand. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit more detail, and then I'm going to move on to the caricature. So you see, this is where the flames come out, and if you like, I shall do the flames for you now. And here we go, flames. And this is such a wonderful image, isn't it? The flames. If you think of movies like Grease, how he had the flames coming out there, and that famous scene in the was it the canal, the dried up canal. Okay, so we've done that car, and I'm going to now draw for you my very special superhero, Stan Lee. But you have to guess the car. So Stan Lee's got this beautiful smile. I love his story. I'm actually reading his book right now, being a comic fan. And his wife, he became very depressed about his work, and his wife of 69 years said to him, well, if you don't care what much about where your career is going, and I think he was working for DC at the time, she said, well, why don't you just do what you want? You've got nothing to lose. And that's where he came up with that sort of, what's the word, flawed characters. And that's why Spider-Man was so successful, because he was a flawed young man. He wasn't perfect. He didn't come from a perfect home. And you know, Stan Lee understood that, because he didn't come from money. And that's how I like how he's always has his mouth open. It's very smiley, lovely man. So that was how he started to build his characters, was based on normal people, not perfect people. And it's true, when you've got nothing to lose, you just go for it, and you sometimes come up with much more genuine ideas. Okay, so there's Stan Lee. I'll give him a couple of wrinkles. And I'm just going to pop him in the car now. So let's see if you can guess which car he's in. Okay, so this, by the way, it's the most beautiful car and completely impractical. I'm just going to have his arm slightly hanging out of it. I will give you some clues as we go along, but I think if you're a fanatic, you'll know right away which car this is. Okay, it's going very long, and then it's got a symbol here with a skull. There's a clue, and then this beautiful wing shape, and it's got these enormous lights. Apparently this car was based on two types of Mercedes and a Rolls-Royce. I think you can see the Rolls-Royce in there. And in the movie, here's another clue, someone wanted to borrow it, and the baddie said he could, but he had to bring it back unscratched. Okay, so I'm putting in some details here which we probably don't need. It's an enormous front wheel. Let's see, I'll do that again. Let's do that. That's better. Okay. And it almost has tractor-like grips. I hope you're all starting to, if you're a Marvel fan, you'll know which car this is already. And then it has more lights here, another light here, and then lots of exhausts going on there. But this is the big clue, and I hope you know which car this is now. But this one has, and I'm doing a little bit of perspective now, it's got two wheels at the back. So have we got the car? Have we all guessed which movie this is? Let me give you one more clue. And you know, Stan Lee was married to his wife for 69 years. He died a year ago, I think, or two, age 95. And you remember all those wonderful cameo roles that he had, and some were just wonderful, So he retired in 1990, but of course he was in all these cameo roles. Now I probably should have some bullets coming at him. There we go, because this is a pow. Let's just do it with one W. So let's do it in homage to his comic strip personality, career, talent. He created a whole culture. Incredible man. There we go. So I think that's probably enough for today. We're going to stick to action heroes. I'm going to do some more bullets. And I can add some more color if you like. I'll add a bit of color to our Stan Lee. I just realized we've got a little bit more time. Let's add him in there. It won't take me too long, especially if I use my big brush. Maybe I should do a background with, sorry, there's Hardy-Daz. If there's any new people watching, I'm based in Johannesburg, so that's not your typical sound. I'm going to add some white there and get some light on. Add some teeth. Let's make those teeth lovely and white. And a little white moustache. And do some details. Not too much. So when he was in the military, around 1942, in his army, some of his colleagues also were to become quite famous. So it was the Dr. Seuss guy, and also the New York cartoonist, Charles Addams. Does anyone know the Addams movies? The Addams Family. So really amazing. There we go. You see how I'm adding lots of detail. And you can keep going or stop. I do want to do the colors for the, so I know that it's red here. I don't think I've put enough stripes in. You can always write in to say, oi, you haven't done this right and you haven't done that right. I'm always here for criticisms. I haven't seen any live requests from anyone, so I'll just keep drawing. But you are always welcome to write in. We'd love to hear from you. We also have a gallery building up on at quick2draw.co.uk. Send us your artwork and we'd love to see what you can do. Oops, that didn't work. Let's do that a bit paler. There we go. Don't want to do it too much. And tomorrow, same time, and bring your pens and papers, write into me. Any requests, we're going to stick to, well, you have control over the show, but we'll try to stick to a theme, and then that'll make you less shy. This car was, oops. I'm going to make it a bluey black so that we can actually see the lines. There we go. I don't want to do too much. Or we'll lose the car. Yeah, so we're nearly done. Lots of drama in this car. This one I don't know if it broke down during filming, but that lovely scene where Zol, the scientist, takes his car to escape as Captain America is destroying the facility. This is when Johan Schmidt, the baddie, tells him to borrow the car but bring it back without a scratch, which is lovely, lovely little detail. Captain America is my favorite Marvel movie. Okay, I'm just putting in a little bit more detail. There's this chunk here, but I don't know what it's for. Probably to carry the spare tires. Okay, and then the tractor tires, which I'll put in, and then we're done. I hope you've enjoyed Stan Lee. We are also going to do some drawings of gaming heroes. So that can be from Warcraft to I'm just trying to think of Halo. I'm sure there's some boys and girls out there who would love to know how to draw their favorite action heroes. Okay, I'm just finishing off the tires and we're good. Right. Thank you very much, and it was a great pleasure drawing for you again, and we'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Take care, bye.